We all have those little quirks, those habits that others might find odd, but to us, they're simply part of how we move through the world. They may seem insignificant or even strange, but what if I told you these habits aren't just random? What if they're actually clues about something much deeper, about how our minds work, how they process, create, and navigate the world? Some of these behaviors, these weird little habits, can actually point to a high IQ. These are signs of cognitive strength, creativity, and emotional intelligence that often go unnoticed. Here's a closer look at each one. Let's start with number 10. You love alone time. While most people thrive in the hustle and bustle of social gatherings, you find yourself feeling drained by them. Alone time isn't just something you enjoy. It's necessary for you to recharge. You might even find that the more social situations you're in, the more exhausted you become. For highly intelligent people, this isn't surprising. Their brains are constantly processing complex information. Social interactions, reading facial expressions, interpreting tone, and following multiple conversations take a lot of mental energy. Solitude offers the space your mind craves to slow down and reflect, allowing your brain to process and connect ideas in a way that's impossible in the middle of a crowd. Ever had that shower moment where the best idea just hits you out of nowhere? That's the default mode network at work, making connections and fueling your creativity. It's not that you don't enjoy people, it's that your brain needs this time to reset, to refocus, and to keep those creative wheels turning.
Number 9. Your room is a mess, but you know exactly where everything is. Does your desk often look like a disaster zone? Papers scattered, books piled up, and yet you can always find what you need in seconds? That chaotic mess isn't a sign of laziness, it's a sign of a creative mind at work. Research from the University of Minnesota shows that messy environments actually foster more creativity. When your brain isn't distracted by the need to maintain order, it's free to focus on the things that matter most: ideas, connections, breakthroughs. You've created a system, even if it's not visible to others. In fact, a bit of clutter may help you work in a flow state, where the brain is so engaged in solving problems or coming up with new ideas that there's simply no room left to care about the mess. The brain is busy making connections, not picking up papers. Now, moving to number 8, you overthink everything. You're the type of person who can stand in the cereal aisle for 10 minutes, analyzing every brand, every nutritional fact, every possible impact on the environment. It's easy to call this indecisiveness or overanalysis, but the truth is, overthinking is a sign of a mind that's running at full capacity. Highly intelligent people tend to mentally simulate scenarios, weighing every variable before making a decision. It's not that you're unsure, it's that you're thorough. Neuroscientific studies have shown that overthinkers tend to have more active prefrontal cortexes, the area of the brain responsible for complex decision-making and reasoning. Sure, it can lead to decision fatigue. We all know the feeling of being mentally drained after making a dozen decisions, but it also means that you learn faster from mistakes. You're not just moving on, you're replaying, analyzing, and figuring out what went wrong so you don't repeat it next time. On to number 7. You hate small talk. How often have you found yourself stuck in a conversation about the weather or the latest gossip, wishing the conversation would go deeper? If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. Small talk can be mentally exhausting for people with high IQs because their brains crave depth and meaning. While others are content chatting about surface-level topics, you're thinking about bigger concepts, systems, patterns, connections, and ideas. It's like driving a Ferrari in first gear. Small talk is slow, limiting, and not challenging. Your mind needs more to feel engaged. Intelligent people get the most satisfaction from conversations that challenge their thinking, push their boundaries, or teach them something new. It's not that you're antisocial, it's that you simply want your brain to work at its highest capacity, even in casual interactions. A conversation about the latest scientific breakthrough or a deep dive into philosophy is more exciting than talking about the weather.
Number 6. You daydream constantly. For some, daydreaming might seem like a sign of boredom or lack of attention, but for highly intelligent individuals, it's far from that. When your mind wanders, it's not shutting off or disengaging, It's working in the background. Daydreaming activates the default mode network, the part of the brain that helps with problem solving and creative thinking. In fact, many of history's greatest discoveries happened when people were daydreaming. Einstein famously developed his theory of relativity during walks, and J.K. Rowling conceived the idea for Harry Potter on a delayed train ride. Daydreamers tend to excel at insight problems, those aha moments when solutions suddenly become clear. Your mind is constantly running simulations, testing out different scenarios, and preparing for challenges even when you're not consciously aware of it. At number 5, you're picky about friends. While others might have a large group of acquaintances, you prefer a smaller, more intimate circle. The reason? You value depth over breadth. Intelligent people often gravitate towards relationships that challenge their thinking, provide intellectual stimulation, and offer emotional support. It's not about being antisocial, it's about investing in relationships that truly matter. You're not interested in surface-level connections. Instead, you seek out friends who complement your interests, challenge your ideas, and help you grow. Studies show that people with high IQs are more likely to feel satisfied in smaller social circles, where meaningful conversations and strong bonds can thrive. Quality, not quantity, is key.
Number 4, you laugh at your own jokes, even when no one else does. Ever cracked a joke, and instead of being met with laughter, you get blank stares? And yet you're still laughing to yourself because you find it funny. This habit isn't about seeking validation from others, it's about intellectual independence. When you laugh at your own jokes, it shows that you trust your own sense of humor and perspective. It's a sign of creativity and abstract thinking. You see humor in ways others don't, and that's something to celebrate. Plus, laughing at yourself also indicates emotional intelligence. You can handle social awkwardness with ease, maintain confidence, and stay true to your own sense of humor, regardless of whether others get it. At number 3, we have incurably curious. The clock strikes 3 a.m., and you're deep into a research rabbit hole, learning about things completely unrelated to your day-to-day life. You might start with work-related research, but end up learning about deep-sea creatures or ancient civilizations. This isn't procrastination, it's your mind doing what it does best, exploring. Curiosity is like fuel for the intelligent brain. When you follow your curiosity, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure and motivation. The more curious you are, the more your brain craves knowledge. It strengthens your ability to learn and improves creative problem solving. The more you dive into random interests, the better you get at connecting the dots in ways others can't. At number 2, we have sarcasm. Some people just can't resist a sarcastic remark. It's more than just a funny comment, it's a sign of complex, multi-layered thinking. Sarcasm requires your brain to juggle different meanings, flip them around, and understand the social context. It's like a mental workout. Studies show that sarcastic individuals tend to score higher on creativity tests because they're able to think in multiple layers, understanding both the literal and figurative meanings at once.
Sarcasm also reflects a high level of social intelligence. It requires understanding your audience and timing the delivery perfectly. And finally, number 1, you notice weird patterns everywhere. It's that feeling when your phone dies just before an important call, or when a series of random events suddenly seems connected, like the universe is trying to tell you something. Maybe it's that one moment when you catch yourself noticing something so subtle, like the way 2 unrelated events in your life start to align in unexpected ways. While most people would simply dismiss these things as odd coincidences or just part of the chaos of life, for you, it's a different story. Your brain is actively at work, making connections where others see randomness, trying to find a deeper meaning behind what seems to be purely coincidental. This ability to spot these patterns, hidden connections, sequences, and relationships is one of the clearest signs of advanced intelligence. While others might see patterns and ignore them, you're the one who can almost instantly analyze the sequence, connecting the dots between them to form a broader understanding of the world. Your brain works tirelessly to piece together seemingly unrelated information, allowing you to navigate the complexities of life and solve problems in ways that others might miss. It's like having an internal compass that guides you through chaos, helping you to make sense of things that don't initially appear to fit together.
Pattern recognition doesn't just help you solve puzzles or understand a random series of events. It's a crucial skill in decision-making and problem-solving. Highly intelligent people use this ability to assess situations more quickly, to see past the obvious, and to make choices based on insights that others might overlook. It's how they can find solutions to problems that seem unsolvable, or how they might make decisions that others would deem unconventional, but ultimately successful. Your ability to spot connections where others see chaos is a defining feature of high cognitive ability. So, the next time you find yourself laughing at your own joke, getting lost in a daydream, or noticing a pattern that no one else sees, know that these behaviors are not just quirks. They're signs of a deeply intelligent mind at work. And these habits? They're the subtle markers of a brain that's constantly seeking, learning, and evolving. Embrace them, because they're part of what makes you exceptional.